Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for stopping on in, coming by, taking a moment of your day, a slice of your pie, sharing it with me. Today, we are listening to a full album reaction Saturday, of which today is Saturday. Not necessarily when this video comes out, but it's Saturday for myself right now. Man, that just came out a little bit of a country accent, didn't that? Myself. The Reivers, who we're checking out today with this album, like I said, it released in 1987. We've listened to one track from this album once in a while, and now it's time for once in a while to just become a while as we dive into the full album. We are listening to this because this was suggested, this was sponsored, requested, recommended. Just trying to think of another synonym, but I can't. Michael, thank you so much for the over-the-top support. Thank you so much for the recommendation. I appreciate that. Like I said, we've taken one track from the band and from this particular album already, but we're going to dive into a little bit more. So I hope that you guys are here for it. I hope that you're looking forward to it and just having a nice one out there. It's overcast, it's cloudy, it's humid. Liam was a little fussy this morning, but there's always one trick. When he's a little fussy more than usual, there's always one trick that'll get him to stop crying, and that's to take him outside. Literally take him outside. As soon as you pass the threshold of the door, he calms down. Never a tear on the outside. He's which I like. I mean, I'm assuming maybe that'll mean that he's going to be a little bit of an outdoors kind of person. We'll see. I mean, when I was a kid, I was always in the woods and in the swamp and running around, just having a great time out there. So anyways, maybe we'll see. Let's get back to the music. Let's go ahead and dive on in with the first track. What am I doing? No coffee today because I've already had my cup for the morning. Maybe there'll be an afternoon cup, but for now, we'll just sit with the one. What am I doing? Saturday, feels right. Here we go. Oh, we start off with quite the entrance there. Love the bass already at that guitar.
And I'm proud I don't remember any way as I read the paper by the light of day. Yeah, what am I doing? I was a little scared.
Hey.
When I found out everyone around me knew as much nothing as
I love their voices together, and they have a unique way of harmonizing and art. Like that. Little harmonic. I like it. This is a great opener.
Spinning in the air. Yeah, because I'm spinning, can't keep up falling down. Because I was born, it was around. Yeah, what am I doing? I was a little scared. When I found out how everyone around me knew as much nothing as
Speed up towards the end. Okay, as far as opening tracks go, that's a really banger of a track to start us off. It actually sets the, not literally, but it thematically sets everything on fire. From the very beginning, we're off on a fast rocket ship tempo, and it just burns fuel as it goes. So two vocalists here that we've mentioned before when listening to the track, John Crosland and Kim Longacre. Both of them together sound so good, and I kind of think that they're kind of unique in this track in how they approach, because at some points they sing right on top of each other, harmonizing, what are we doing, right? But then they kind of split off in kind of unique ways. It's not, on my first listen, it's not so first it's John, then it's Kim, then it's John, then it's Kim, then they're together. Maybe it is, but it's just I don't know, they kind of leap off of each other really quickly. Like the way John came off of the opening harmony, I thought was really nice when he just kind of got a few words in there and then Kim kind of took over. I actually really like how they handle the vocal duties, at least in this particular track. The drums, especially as we get towards the end, they add a lot of power to the end just to give it a little quick finale. The guitar was also really nice in that it had that driven sound, but then there's moments where, like in the break, you get a little of those harmonics, which kind of calm things back and pull it back really nicely. Guitar is going to be handled by John Crosland as well. And I just thought that was a really, it's a quick, fiery track. It's 2 minutes and 30 seconds. It's a quick one, a flash in the pan, and then it comes back out. But I like the... We got the hits that make here. Just a little harmonic in there. Just a quick little something. I could absolutely hear that part extended. I could hear that kind of taking off and going somewhere further, but I like it as it is. It's a quick one. It kind of gives me Pretenders energy a little bit. I was just listening to Pretenders a few days ago. Let's look at the lyrics, of which I have it pulled off of their website here directly. What am I doing? I don't even know. Will you sit beside me at this one-man show? We're going to watch a man who's on question 19 ask what I'm doing, or ask what am I doing? Can't read. What am I saying? I can't even say, and I'm proud I don't remember any old way as I read the paper by the light of day. I was a little bit scared when I found out everyone around me knew as much nothing as I. We all have a little bit of ignorance in there, huh? How am I doing? That's something to say. You disturb my sleep in a typical way. For no apparent reason, as I dream by day, what am I doing? I'm spinning in a miasma. And because I'm spinning, I can't keep from falling down. Because I was born in a world so round. Topsy-turvy, up and down. Who knows which way is right, this way and that way. And the question of what am I doing? I like how will you sit beside me at this one-man show? Him being the show. And who's on question 19? Ask what am I doing? I don't know. That's a great question. What am I doing? I'm unsure of it. Let's move on to the next track here, which is a test, which at least possibly could relate to this previous track. I like how the snare falls.
Just like a Jew, I got all pissed off. It was my day off.
My day off.
Some cold coffee burned me deep inside. Went around every day. I could tan your hide with some X's and O's on paper. They made us both feel great. Heaven sent me as a test. You see my face when you look west. Every night at dinner time,
The guitar's kind of curious.
these gravestones by our chime. A simple summer ending breeze blows by, and I hear your voice and I wanna cry. Oh, it's still nail dry on the duplex wall, and to say that's all. Yeah, we had our day, but it went by fast. But these mewling and puking means won't last. Yeah, we did our best, and that's all we could with our heads of wood. Heaven sent me as a test.
I like the guitar a lot back here.
When you look west. Every night at dinner time. say that's all. Heaven sent me as a test. You see my
I like the
face
guitar
when
a
you
lot.
look west. Every night at dinner time, we watch these gravestones by that time.
Okay, this one makes things very, very catchy. There's a sound from the guitar. I don't know if you'll agree with me, but it has a very pure kind of sound to it, in which it hits that sense and tone of like melancholy, but there's also this drift in it. There's a lightness in the notes, but a density, kind of like a fog that's just kind of wafting in the air. And I think that, at least in this track, that's like my favorite thing. Now, the way that John sings around it is also really nice. He accents the guitar playing very nice. I mean, he's the guitarist, but it accents very nicely the kind of low down way he sings, as you know, contrasting to like the previous track, which is a little bit more energetic and up tempo. Kind of cools things down here in a little bit of a smoky kind of way. And I like how it brings a certain haze into the music, while the drums still provide a nice amount of power in the way they play. And I like how the drums on the snare, when it starts off the groove, is ba 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 da ba 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 da. He kind of falls on the snare on every other beat there. He goes da-da with the two step there. I just think that like it's a small thing, but it makes it kind of interesting in giving this track a certain kind of groove and rhythm that's not so straightforward. On one hand, it is. It does nothing crazy or experimental, but it just gives it a little bit of something different in the sound. But the guitars here, like, it's really kind of giving me like a little bit more of a, if I dare say, like I said, Cure, kind of like a little bit of a post-punk kind of sound, and not in that aggressive side of post-punk, but think of the more softer songs from the genre. It's really giving a really good amount of that, and I think that sounds fantastic. It's a really cool song too. I just think that this was a good song. At the end of the day, I just think that this was a nice one. Some cat by the name of Noah Drake, who could that be, was around when things started getting fake. And just like I do, I got all pissed off. It was my day off. This is my day off. I don't want to think about it. But this guy, Noah Drake, man. Some cold coffee burned me deep inside. Went around every day I could tan your hide. With some X's and O's on a paper plate made us both feel great. Heaven sent me as a test. You see my face when you look west. And every night at dinner time, we watch those gravestones bide our time. Like, it's your plots. A simple summer ending breeze blows by, and I hear your voice and I want to cry. Over spilled milk dried on a duplex wall when you say, that's all. Yeah, we had our day and it went by fast, but these mewling and puking means won't last. We did our best, and that's all we could, with our heads of wood. Ooh, this one, a test. Well, in the lyrics, he says that heaven sent him as a test. He is the test for this other person. Who is Noah Drake? Allow me a search. Allow me a moment. Let's see if that's a person. Noah Drake. Okay, so Noah Drake is a fictional character on the ABC daytime soap opera General Hospital. He's got those dreamy eyes. Look at the eyes. That is dreamy. Okay. So some cat was around when things started getting fake. Okay, so he's more referencing the time. When did the show air? Since 1963. So he's kind of giving more of a time complex, or a context rather. I don't think this literally has anything to do with Noah Drake, but okay, that's an interesting way of kind of giving a timeline. And that's when things start getting fake, in a sense. Perhaps the relationship, like that coffee, has kind of gone cold, and that cold coffee is burning him deep inside. Every day I could tan your hide. There's some real conflict between them. with some X's and O's on a paper plate made us both feel great. It was the simpler times that they used to have. They could talk about kisses and hugs, write them on a paper plate, make each other little handcrafted gifts. Those were the innocent times, the good times. But apparently those have ended. And he sees himself as a test, perhaps in their relationship between him and this other person. And they're watching these gravestones biding our time. Just biding our time until the end. So it's almost like they're sticking with each other, even though maybe the love is gone, just because of whatever reasons are keeping them together. But it seems like that ship sailed a long time ago. That love boat, so to speak. Let's move on to the next track here. Noah Drake is kind of a cool name. Let's move on to the next track here, which is going to be Once in a While. Now this one, like I said before, we've already checked out, but we'll give it a listen. We'll briefly discuss it. Here we go. Love how that slows it down.
Pretty picture of your hand. It's so easy now to misconstrue what I'm trying to understand. And when we made love, it made perfume all along the walls they write it. Such a picture now they draw of me, such a clumsy hairy man. Oh, you, I remember all you do. And it's most peculiar too, it's just confusion. There were shades of green and deja vu on the willows there we planted in. Such a day remembering all you do in that tryst of underhand. And when we made love, I searched for you in a way the waters parted. In a fleeting moment, dreams come true to the plain confused man. For you, I remember all you do. And it's most peculiar too, it's just confusion. They were paths safe there where I drew such a pretty picture of your hand. It's so easy now to misconstrue what I try and understand. And when we made love, it made perfume all along the walls they write it. Such a picture now they draw of me, such a clumsy hairy man. Oh, you, I remember all you do.
I love those backing vocals from Kim.
It's just confusion. Yeah, you, I remember all you do. And it's most peculiar too, it's just confusion.
We won't go too in depth because we've already done a first listen of that track. But once again, I love the back and forth energy and how calm it is during the verse, the up tempo chorus, and just how energetic it gets at that particular moment. And I like going back to the calm portion in the verse. Like I just love how low down it is, and kind of modified into something so low, so like just cool to listen to. While the tempo that comes up in the chorus and the way that it all comes up it makes it very hot. So it's a nice kind of back and forth temperature-wise and feeling-wise. The guitar tone is sensational. The backing vocals from Kim in the chorus really bring like, I don't know, that just rounds it out really nicely. And I could hear how there's an ambience given to it in production, but she's like really like nicely in the nice way, like shouting back there and just pushing that vocal forward a really just a little bit at that particular point. And I think that this is a great kind of a single, if you would, from the band. If you were to take one so far, like this would be the single from the band and from this album that I think would do really well, to be honest, in a lot of different places. And then lyrics here. There were palisades where I drew such a pretty picture of your hand. It's so easy now to misconstrue what I tried to understand. And when we made love, it made perfume. All along the walls they'd write it. Such a picture now they'd draw for me, such a clumsy, hairy man. For you, I remember all you do. And it's most peculiar, too, it's just confusion. There were shades of green and deja vu on the willows there we planned it. Such a day remembering all you do in that tryst of underhand. And when we made love, I searched for you, and away the waters parted. In a fleeting moment, dreams come true to a plain, confused man. I like how he calls himself plain and confused while giving all these honorifics and poetry, in a sense, to this other person. And it's very straightforward, you know, it's a love song. And once in a while, as the track implies, there's this feeling, there's this moment between them where everything just feels like paradise and it just feels beautiful and euphoric. Then those waves recede and then it comes back and forth again. And there's a little bit of that on the side as well. Let's move on to the next track here, which is Electra. Isn't Electra originally from Greek mythology? I think. I'm gonna look it up.
From sober to so dread,
Some bass.
I've got you on my mind and all soft talking time. In wastelands
Good drum sound.
romance, into a mystic blue, remember limbs of you. Electra, I know it's you because there's music biting all your time. I've got you on
Ooh, I can
my
echo.
mind. I've got you on my mind. From sober to so dread. I've got you on my mind and all soft talking time. Electra, I know it's you because there's music biting all your time. I've got you
love
on
that
my
little
mind. I've got you on my mind.
Quick flick of the wrist.
In wastelands of romance, into a mystic blue, remembering names of you. Electra, I know it's you because there's music biting all your time. I've got you on my mind. I've got you on my mind. I've got you on my mind. I've got you on my mind.
I love how this track changed things up. Changed the sound of some of the music, the drums, changing the sound, something a lot more raw and kind of giving it a little bit of a different flesh there. The bass here, a nice stand-up bass being played. that immediately to me gives it, for lack of a better word, a classy kind of feel. There's just something about it when you have a stand-up bass that it just rings classy to me. And I think that it's used fantastically here. Those strong pulls of the strings are really, really nice. And I like how the song kind of has this kind of country light vibe to it. But the band plays really nicely in this particular space. Once again, I love how the drums really get loosened up there quite nicely. So I haven't mentioned the bassist, but that's going to be Cindy Toth on here, who also handles violin, just not that we've at this point, encountered. But I love how the bass playing gives it that class on here. Garrett Williams on the drums, and it's a small thing, but just the rawness of the sound, it kind of gives it something more natural as well, creates an earthy balance in the music, and that works with the rest of the way that the music sweeps in this track. The guitar, I love that little moments when I didn't look at the seconds when it happened, but it plays like a little side melody, and then it comes in on full with the chorus right after. Of course, I find it right away. Here, it's right after this part here. That little echo. Ba, ba. I think that's really cool, especially because that tiny moment almost acts as a little bit of a precursor to the ending, in which he starts to kind of flick his wrist and strum a little faster, some like just quick strums in the midst of the outro. I've got you on my mind. I just think that that's a nice way of kind of forwarding a small change that will reoccur and come back later, which does a great job of kind of creating this climax to the song without making it something overdone or bombastic. No, it's still from its very humble beginnings to the ending. Nothing's changed in that regard tonally. It just gives it a little bit more life. Right? There's the ending, and you get that bang 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 bang. I like that. That's very country light in that particular section. And then Electra, I knew it. Because I looked it up super quick as well. In Greek mythology, Electra is a princess of Mycenae, and the daughter of Agamemnon, and Clytemnestra. Famously, Electra and her brother Orestes attack and kill Clytemnestra to avenge their father's murder. Okay, I don't know a lot about Electra, but let's use that to relate it to the lyrics here. From sober to sultry, that's love drunk, to be for sure. I've got you on my mind in all soft talking time. It wasn't even hard talking, it was just casual conversation. I got you on my mind. In the wastelands of Romans into a mystic blue, remembering names of you. Electra, I know it's you because there's music biting all your time. I've got you on my mind. I know it's you because there's music playing. I hear something. I feel something. My heart goes a flutter. You must be nearby. You must be within the few yards of myself here. I feel like there's more to Electra, the mythological character, than just like that little brief thing I read. Like, I feel like there's more to that. But I could be wrong. I mean, I know there's more to it because we barely went over the situation there. But like, I feel like that could possibly relate even more to this song. I'm just kind of doing a quick look, but I'm not seeing anything. Nothing that's immediately standing out. I felt like there was something with her with like psychology as well, but I don't remember off the top of my head. Don't remember. Let's move on to the next track here. In Your Eyes.
There's something in my stereo, but I can't stop it from happening. There's something in my head. There's something in my stereo, but I can't stop it from happening. Oh,
there you
go.
I love how she gets a lead here.
It could be the lights. You could call it poetry, but I can't hear you. Spin above my record player. It could be the lights. You could call it poetry, but I can't hear you. Spin above my record player. Oh, it's just a little fear.
Nice opening on the drums.
It's just a little fear. And I see myself in your eyes. And it looks so nice. And it looks so nice. And I see myself in your eyes. And it looks so nice. And it looks so nice.
Catchy too.
It could be the lights. You could call it poetry, but I can't hear you. Spin above my record player.
Love that.
It's just a little fear. It's just a little fear. And I see myself in your eyes. And it looks so nice. And it looks so nice. And I see myself in your eyes. And it looks so nice. And it looks so nice.
Possibly the catchiest track on the album so far. I love that Kim gets a solo song here with just her leading, and she sounds fantastic. The best part of this thing, though, is that chorus. Oh, like that rise is sensational. That's really, really good. And then the way that the drums break everything down and open up into the toms. Bum, ba, 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 ba. Like, that's just a great opening into the chorus. And then they both, drummer and Kim, they both settle down into that straightforward groove back into the back half of that. But it makes a really, like, fun chorus to listen to. It opens it up first, and then it gets back to the rocking part. You know? I'm going to pull it up one more time, too, so we can listen to it again. Guitar was really nice. You have a nice little solo in there. Like, it's a quiet solo amongst the drumming, which is still going off. Like, the drumming does not stop, but the solo gives a nice little respite. In that particular section. Nice skittering on the hi-hat. Yeah. That's clean. That's some clean singing from Kim. And I think that if you were to see them live, that portion, everybody in the audience, you get a rise out of that one. I don't think you don't. It's something in my hat. It's something in my stereo, but I can't stop it from happening. It's just a little fear. And I see myself in your eyes, and it looks so nice. It could be the lights. You could call it poetry, but I can't hear you spin above my record player. There's just there's something in my hat, something in my stereo. I can't stop it from happening. I mean, you know what? Just like in Electra, how he kind of said, like, there's basically music around you. This could actually be her saying basically the same thing, as if a record's spinning above the record player. Or maybe it's them, metaphorically spinning, maybe physically spinning around a record player, dancing to music. And they're just dancing, and, she sees herself in the other person's eyes, and, She looks pretty good. Kind of the same way you check yourself out in the mirror. She's checking herself out in his eyes and saying, looks pretty good. We look pretty good together. There's a little bit of a hesitation. There's a little bit of a fear, like she says. But I think it's going to be okay. I'm assuming this next track is instrumental since there weren't any lyrics there in the booklet there. Karate Party. You better watch out doing them spin kicks. You might hit someone. Butterfly kicks. They're having some sort of party back there. There you go. That's a live favorite. This is just them getting it out. That cool down on the drums. They are not going high, yeah. I'm gonna let it go into the next track. That was a fun, just get it out, get that rock out, kind of instrumental track. Party for sure. Makes me want to skate. Nice harmonics. There's some heavier guitar riffs in this one. So at this point, the heaviest track on the album. It's really interesting how, I mean, from the moment it starts off, bam, bam, bang, 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 bam, bam, bang, 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 it's ready to go. That is turning the key in the ignition and starting up the car and getting ready to vroom vroom your way down the street. And I think it's so funny how perfect of a follow-up that is after a Karate Party, in which sounds like at the end they were going high, which is that instrumental kind of party anthem, especially when you have the gang vocals that come in there. It's a nice follow-up from that, providing a halt to the music with that riff, and then of course launching forward from there, kind of giving a launch pad to kind of drive off from that point. And what I like in this track is that although it's the heaviest in one particular sense and it's much more guitar driven when it comes to the riffs, John still provides a lot of lightness within that. So the most surprising thing was the use of harmonics within that. You hear him kind of blah, 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 providing some of that. And it's really interesting because it's still amongst the riff itself. So it's I don't know, it's just interesting to me that you have this heavy, not thrash metal, but thrashing kind of riff that's happening there. And then you have these little breaks with harmonics in between that. I'm like, oh, okay. There's a good amount of diversity right into that part of the track. And then besides the guitar, the drums kind of keep up that heavy rhythm, but vocals from Kim kind of cool things back down a little bit. I can't help it, I'm just going to mention Chrissy Hine again. There's a little bit of that Pretenders flavor to it and a little bit of that attitude that comes from here, but it still keeps things at a warm, moderate level that I think works really well in the context of the song. So you can just get a lot of diversity and a lot of different avenues that are being explored just in this particular track, which is, I think really fantastic and really well that how they do it, because they do it with a certain, for lack of a better word, professionalism. That works really well. I want to see if I can find. There's the riff. So you still have that riff going underneath. I want to see if I can find a harmonic in here. I could have sworn I was around here. I could have sworn there was one around there. I hear him coming up a little bit more on the notes at that second part, but I could have sworn there was one around that particular point. Either way, really nice. Let's look at these lyrics here. You slip inside this room in colors of cartoons with words that whet my wanting. Your subtle scent perfume, the scent that spells my doom. So very sweet you spell and spell my name, but you can't wait for time. It's much too necessary. Don't want to wait, right? The tension is building between them. What kind of tension?
Oh my.
That tension. And I like how, the subtle scent perfume, all these tangible temptations that are just luring and just we'll wait for time. Just got to bide the time a little bit. 1,200 lit dawn stop his hand and come upon September with lips of broken blue up from our untimed tryst, forever smelling summer. It was an unexpected love. With southern take your time, put a fist inside this chest and lay this foolish thing to rest. In colors of cartoons with lips of broken blue, forever smelling summer. I feel like this line could possibly describe this whole thing in 3 lines, basically. In colors of our cartoons, it's fun, it's jovial, it's a great time. With lips of broken blue. Blue, of course, representing sadness. The word broken in there, definitely so. Lips being used, perhaps lips can connotate many things. A smile, emotions, words, and speaking. Perhaps there were some hurtful words that made others feel blue. Forever smelling summer. And even though perhaps they were apart, maybe this tryst has ended, there's still this smell of summer, love, that kind of lingers on and kind of just sticks to them. That's how I read that one. Secretariat. Let's go ahead and hop on our horse. We'll jockey this thing, hopefully to win. It's like a warm night.
The truth is all around us now. My secretariat. But when I see you, when I see you, secretariat, secretariat. I know that sometimes love is blind. Secretariat. Your name is just unnameable. Your speed is unattainable. We never stop to think. One further moment on the brink. But when I see you, when I see you, secretariat, secretariat. I know that sometimes love is blind. Secretariat.
So hammer swings
You
it.
know, I know that love hit hard. But now you know I wasn't paying. Your bare feet in the stirrups will be forever on my mind. But when I see you, when I see you, when I see you, secretariat.
They make a good catchy track, I'll tell you that.
Secretariat. I know that sometimes love is blind. Secretariat.
Oh, that's alright. I was just riding with it. Okay, while I know that Secretariat is a racehorse, I honestly don't know the story behind Secretariat, so I'd have to look that up. But regardless, the song clearly has a certain a rhythm and a gallop to it, right? I love that gallop. I think that rhythm works incredibly well. And can I tell you how perfectly from Karate Party to this track, the heaviness of the guitars especially and the drums have kind of moved from, you know, like something heavy and like kind of taken a little bit of a slower stride. And then here with Secretariat, now giving it a little bit of a groove, now giving a little bit of a specific like movement there that feels real nice, kind of like a jockey, like the way that we're on that horse. John sings really well here, and I like how his voice is to me like a cool, calm demeanor jockey on the horse, perhaps in competition, ultra focused, hyper focused, and not thinking to the left, to the right, having a particular blinder on, so to speak, and just focusing on the movement and winning this race. And then when Kim's voice comes in, it just sweetens the deal. The way that she just harmonizes with him, it just kind of adds like this motivation. Perhaps in the heat of competition, so to speak, Kim's voice acts as that little voice in the back of your head saying, you can do it, you got this, or whatever motivation is needed at that particular point. And I just really like that. I like the movement. I like their vocals especially. And it's incredibly catchy, this track. And go back. When it switches back to that drive and back and forth, a little openness on the guitar, and then there's that motivation from Kim, and we get back to the movement. See how it feels like inspirational? There's the drive. So I think that this track is like very motivational. It feels like a push to a gallop, a wind, a breeze behind you, just moving you and pushing you forward to whatever your goal, your destination may end up being. It feels very nice. You ruined me for anybody else. You were so good to me that I'm ruined for anyone else. I'm always comparing. Your living daylight's precious self, your number being hard to find, will forever be, or will be forever on my mind. Your number being hard to find. The cool we danced and dreamed and wished, I breathe it in my muscles twitch. The truth is all around us now, my secretariat. But when I see you, secretariat, I know that sometimes love is blind. Your name is unnameable, your speed unattainable. We never stop to think one fertile moment on the brink. You know I know that love hit hard. Now you know I wasn't playing. Your bare feet in the stirrups will forever be on my mind. Let me do a Google search on Secretariat really quickly, just so we can at least have a little bit of a background on the horse. Okay. Racehorse who was the 9th winner of the American Triple Crown, setting and still holding the fastest time record in all 3 of its constituent races. Okay, we're just looking a little bit here. Became the first Triple Crown winner in 25 years. Okay, so it's like the fastest racehorse alive, basically. Okay. But is there something else about it that perhaps can lend itself to the meaning of this track? I mean, not that that's not impressive. Not that that's not impressive. I was just curious if there was something else about Secretariat that perhaps, gave it a little bit more relation to the track besides it just being a fast horse, basically. Maybe their love was like a fast horse. Just like a quick, maybe not fling, but a quick hot summer and then onward from that. Let's move on to the next track, which is Baby. I love that fast hi-hat.
I was lost when I went down to the ocean, like a baby came to me, like a baby in the ocean, and the salty mystery. Leave me alone just for a while. My sandcraft's limping for these miles. I'll be here forever. You want me to go to heaven? I'm as close as I can get.
Hey.
Only 15 miles away, then I dive to wait. Here forever there are ships. The sandy land is slowly shifts, and they're all the tide in.
Leave me alone just for a while. Leave me alone just for a while. Leave me alone just for a
So this water came from rivers, and the song came from the land. And my life is just right here, to make castles with my hand. You'll swim through this
Makes you smile.
man, but I make castles with my hand, and they're all the waves on.
Leave me alone just for a while. Leave me alone just for a while. Leave me alone just for a while.
Leave me alone just for a while. My sandcraft's limping for these miles. I'll be here forever. And it was embarrassing by the campfire that we made, with these alcoholic songs and the good news that they bring.
Leave me alone just for a while. 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 Leave me alone just for a while.
Another quick one, only at 2 minutes and 48 seconds, but it captures a really nice jangliness when the swing of the music, especially with the hi-hat skittering, and the way the bass really nicely comes in from Toth there in the chorus. It has a nice depth and a nice ring to it that really brings a certain swing into the music. And can I tell you, for a relatively quick track like this, it's incredibly catchy, very, very melodic. Drums are outstanding, bass is outstanding, singing is great. I love when Kim comes in. Like, can I just say, she is a wave in this ocean. She sounds really good, and there's something about the clarity of her voice, but also she has a particular earthy tone to her voice that I think sounds really good, not only in lead, but especially in harmonies as well. And I really like the use of her voice and how she delivers in the track. Now, nothing else really comes to mind outside of that, but I think that this is just a cool melodic track with a nice swing to it. And sometimes that's all you need. I was lost when I went down to the ocean. Like a baby came to me, like a baby in the ocean. And the salt sea misery. Leave me alone just for a while. My sand crab's limping. For these miles, I'll be here forever. You want me to go to heaven? I'm as close as I can get. I like that line. I'm as close as I can get to heaven right here with you. Only 15 miles away and I dive into a wave. Here forever there are ships. This sandy land just slowly shifts. Little, it's that E word. Oh my goodness. When the you start to lose the beach, evaporation. That's not the word. When the tide eventually wears away at the land. Oh my goodness, this is going to bother me. It'll come to me. Either way. And they roll the tide in. Like a baby in the ocean, leave me alone just for a while. Okay, so this water came from rivers and this salt came from the land. And my life is just right here to make castles with my hand. Your swimsuit issues a command that I make castles with my hand. And they roll the waves on. And it was embarrassing by the campfire that we made with these alcoholic songs and the good news that they bring. In this moment, leave me here for a little bit. The sea holds this, the land holds this. We're in between on the beach. I just want to stay here for a moment. I just want to enjoy this this time, limited as it might be. This just feels right. And I feel like that's basically the gist of this track. In for the most part. Leave me alone just for a while. My sand crab's limping for these miles. I'll be here forever. Like, it may not be for you, but it is for me. Here forever there are ships. This sandy land erosion. I knew it was an E word. Erosion. Erodes. This sandy land just slowly shifts and they roll the tide in. It won't be here forever. So for the little time that we have, let me enjoy it. Let's move on to the next track here, which is the title track, Saturday. Sounds like Saturday.
You look up toward the closet.
It's soothing.
Something's waiting there.
Kind of ominous.
Near, I feel you, and it seems like from afar. It's a way, only Saturday, only Saturday. don't shed a tear. You know they'll be here soon, but you look so nice you can't hear it in your head. It's a wedding. It's only Saturday. Only Saturday. And the wind and the streetlight, they will dress you like I told you. And they'll be here soon, but you look so nice you can't hear it in your head.
So perhaps the most obvious thing is that Kim sounds really fantastic, and I like these Kim-led tracks because she just has a cool voice that remains earthy and nicely balanced. And then the inclusion of piano in this track is also really nice. I like how that kind of takes the lead melodic form instead of guitar, and just kind of keeps things nice and jangly and just sounds good. I will say this track is a little disappointing that it's the title track, and I feel like this one is perhaps the most blasé, for lack of a better word, of the tracks on the album. I feel like it comes in, sounds nice, nothing wrong with it, but it doesn't leave a lasting effect on me personally. It's not necessarily catchy. There's, it's just a nice, quick in and out track, and it's kind of gone. However, I like the ending when it seemed like the piano was kind of beginning to play a little bit more and they were kind of jamming off from that kind of edge. And I wish that the track was actually longer and it had allowed itself to perhaps go off into some kind of fun instrumental there at the end, because I really liked where it was heading here at this particular point. Piano's breaking away, stronger chords, it's getting heavier. It just felt like it could have gone on for maybe another minute and just extended that outro and given it another kind of life. But, that's just me. That's just me. You look up toward the closet, and there's something's waiting for you, kind of ominous. Here are my boutonniere. I see you, though it looks like from afar. You can hear in your head just what they'll probably say. It was your lady day, amazing, and the prettiest of all. And it's away, and it's only Saturday. I'll lay you down ever so softly and sometimes shed a tear, but they will be here soon, and you look so nice. You can hear it in your head. And the wind and the street light, they will dress you like I told you. And they'll be here soon, but you look so nice. You can hear it in your head. It was your lady day, amazing, and the prettiest of all. So this could be, actually, I'm not sure. I feel like visual-wise, we're getting the image of someone waiting in their room, perhaps all dressed up, looking very nice, and they're waiting for something or like something to happen or for someone to arrive, perhaps to take them somewhere. Could be a wedding, could be some sort of event. Like there's something happening. You look so nice. You can hear it in your head. They'll be here soon. Like, for example, maybe a wedding dress is in the closet. Maybe she doesn't want to marry the person that she's going to marry. And so, like, it's sitting there waiting, like, almost in an ominous way. It's away and it's only Saturday. Like, this is only the first day. Like, I'm getting that kind of idea. It may not literally be a wedding, but, like, something like that. Like an event that should be happy, but it's not for some particular reason. I don't know. Let's move on into the next track here, Ragamuffin Man. I've heard of the Muffin Man, but not the Ragamuffin Man.
It's not enough, we will go our separate ways. Listen, ragamuffin man, you hold my legs with your tight grip hands. I sit around afternoons and think of you. You got out of hand. You got out of hand. It was you and you and you. You're the best one that I knew. Guess I'll never understand. You're my ragamuffin man. Listen, ragamuffin.
I like that guitar line on it.
You feel up me with your punch-drunk hands.
I like that a
And
lot.
now I know that I'm wiser than you. Listen, things are out of hand. This stomach grounds in this magic land are soon to leave us if you know what I mean. You got out of hand. You got out of hand. It was you and you and you. You're the best one that I knew. Guess I'll never understand. You're my ragamuffin man.
Very catchy too.
Listen, ragamuffin man, we've got to love you while we can. It's not enough, we will go our separate ways.
So technically, this is the end of the album, but at least from the lyric sheet, it looks like there's a bonus track as well. So we'll see if we can find that. It's not on Spotify here though. Okay, I love that guitar line. Ba 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 ba. That is a sweet line, and it's one of those melodic hooks that actually acts like a hook. It sinks itself into your musical skin, and it just doesn't let go. It is addictive. It is fantastic to listen to, and you can listen to that going over and over again for a while. Maybe not forever, but for a while. So I love that hook right there. And then the swing of the music, it sways in a really nice, casual kind of way amongst that riff. Ba 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 ba. And their vocals just soothe and coolly walk all over it on top of it. That's, I think, a nice way to end the album. I love that riff so much. It captures a coolness about the band that I think is evident in most of their songs. A great balance, you know? And I love Kim singing her ethereal vocals as she kind of sings in the background at certain moments here. John walking us through life. Like, it's just a really nice way to end the album, you know, officially, so to speak. I think it works really well. And then you have this listen part that kind of comes in with like almost sounds sampled, but it's just him through an effect of sorts. Listen, ragamuffin man, we've got to love you while we can. It's not enough, we will go our separate ways. Listen, ragamuffin man, you hold my legs with your tight grip hands. I sit around afternoons and think of you. Listen, you got bigger, you got out of hand. It was you and you and you. You're the best one that I knew. Guess I'll never understand. You're my ragamuffin man. Listen, ragamuffin man, you feel me with your punch-drunk hands, and now I know that I'm wiser when you do. Listen, these things are out of hand. These stomping grounds in this magic land are soon to leave us, if you know what I mean. These stomping grounds in this magic land are soon to leave us, if you know what I mean. Can I tell you? Okay, I don't, maybe I'm reading too much into it. I read this as, all right, ragamuffin man, like someone, a ragamuffin, a little, what's the word? A scoundrel, we'll say. Ragamuffin man. I don't know why, but I'm reading this from the point of view of like possibly an abusive relationship between a father and a child. I don't know why. Like, and we're reading this from the point of view of the child now grown up. I don't know, looking at his dad in a certain way. That's the ragamuffin man. You gotta love you while we can. If not enough, we'll go our separate ways. You know, you hold my legs with your tight grip hands. I sit around afternoons, I think of you. Like, yeah, there was some conflict, obviously, but, you know, I can't help but think of you as my father. I don't know, there's something about that. Like, I read this in that particular way. It was you and you and you. You got bigger. You got out of hand. Guess I'll never understand. You feel me with your punch-drunk hands? Now I know I'm wiser when you do. Almost like a Stockholm syndrome. Like, I don't know. I don't think I'm right. I don't think I'm right in what I'm inferring from this. But for some reason, that's where my mind's kind of going with this one. Now, since that bonus track was not on Spotify, we're going to see really quickly if I can find it on YouTube. Here, maybe we can give it a listen here. Here we go. Perfect. All right, I'm pulling it up right now. Pull you up. It's loading. Jeannie. Do you dream of her? It's loading. There we go.
Jeannie, what's the matter? Can't you see I'm not around? I ride very late, and I took the first plane out. When I rock it down, with my eyes closed, I am a different man. Hey Jeannie, can't you hear me? Can't you hear me when I say that you're nothing? You're asleep now. You can't see me anyway. Though I know you'd be amazed at what I have to say. You're waking you would cause confusion. I said that's all I do. I always draw the same conclusion every time, a different way. Now your face is at peace, and I'm floating off the throne. And I try to remember you don't know me anymore. When I rock it down the road,
Like how low he sings.
eyes closed, I am a different man. Hey Jeannie, it's a lie, and there's nothing in this room. I snuck in through the window by the darkness of the moon. Though I know you'd be amazed at what I have to say. You're waking you would cause confusion. I sit here, that's all I do. I always draw the same conclusion every time, a different way.
Good drum rolls here.
Hey Jeannie, you're a medium. You're 1,000 miles away. Lying there by my window in my soft bed, you will leave. Though you don't do what you're told, I can still see you with my eyes closed. And waking you would cause confusion. I sit here, that's all I do. I always draw the same conclusion every time, a different way.
there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The end of the album. Now we ended the album technically before, but now we're ending the album there. I think the drums really get a moment here from Garrett to like go off. We've had moments before, but I feel like especially as we near the end of this track, you know, the hits and then the fills in between here really bring a nice heaviness and a dash of speed into the mix in this one. And I think that makes for a very exciting track on top. The singing as well, I really like John's lower range, or lower voice, I should say, when he sings in a lower range. And it just makes it like I said, cool and earthy. I've said that with Kim too, but I'm using it on John as well. It's cool and earthy the way that everything ends and brings it down, and just like it still has that swing, still has that momentum, but it just flows and sways with a certain swagger. You could say that I think makes this this track really nice to listen to as well. Let's look at these lyrics here. Jeannie, what's the matter? Can't you see I'm not around? I arrived very late and I took the first plane out. When I rocket down the road with my eyes closed, I'm a different man. Hey, Jeannie, can't you hear me? Can't you hear me when I say that you're nothing? You're asleep now. You can't see me anyway. Though I know you'd be amazed at what I have to say, waking you would cause confusion. I'll sit here and that's all I'll do. I always draw the same conclusion every time a different way. Now your face is at peace and I'm floating off the floor. And I try to remember you don't know me anymore. And he repeats those lyrics again. Hey, Jeannie, it's a lie, and there's nothing in this room. I snuck in through the window by the darkness of the moon. Though I know you'd be amazed at what I have to say, you're a genie, you're a medium, you're 1,000 miles away, lying there by the window. So it's almost like, how I read this, he's almost like, I'm physically close to you, I got in through the window, but there's kind of a reveal at the end that, no, you're 1,000 miles away. This is that psychic romantic connection. Are you looking at the moon thinking of me the same way that, et cetera, I'm looking at the moon thinking of you? Like, it's that connection, even so far away. But it's as if he snuck in through the window. It's as if he's right there next to her. I like the way that's written. I think that's written really well. Let me know what you guys thought of this album. My favorite track on here, I'm thinking it may be Secretariat, or it might be a Test. I like the Test a lot. I would go between, I would say a Test and then Secretariat. Those would be my two favorite tracks on the album. If you were to ask me, I feel comfortable with those two, and maybe In Your Eyes at a third place on there. That's what I think. And my final verdict on the album, this is an album that I think it sounds really good. I enjoyed my time with it, but I can't lie and say that it's an album that will stick with me or blows my mind or anything like that. I think it's a pleasant listen. I think it's a pleasant listen of an album, and I enjoyed my time with it, but it's not one that grabs me in a particular way, just to at least be honest on that part there. But I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for being here. Michael, once again, thank you so much for the recommendation, for the request. I truly appreciate that. Thank you for the support as well. Hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day, your morning, afternoon, evening, or any time in between thereafter. Have a wonderful one, and I will see you all later. Bye, guys.